Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. I am so happy to be here today to share with you my very first How to Kill a Kit with Style video. And what that is, it's a YouTube collaboration where crafty YouTubers at the beginning of the month share with you a kit they put together from their stash. And throughout the month, they'll share with you projects on what they did with it. It's really very inspiring. It's full of ideas, and I put links to all the other participants in the comments below, so be sure to check them out. So this is the kit I put together for March 2019, and as luck would have it, everything went wrong when I went to film my video. So I've sped it up and I'm doing a voiceover, and I apologize for the poor lighting and camera angle. So the kit I put together is basically full of material that's one step away from the donate bin. Basically, it's a lot of material that I haven't touched in a long time. And my jumping off point are these 3x3 cards, which came from a Studio Calico grab bag. There were 30 in the bag and I've never touched them. Now, the first 6 that you see there, I do like the colors, so that is my jumping off point. That is my inspiration. But I selected another 4 because I'm hoping to use at least 15 of these cards. Now these last 5 don't inspire me whatsoever, but the flip side is graph paper, so I can always use them as journaling boxes. Now what I'm going to do is select paper for my kit. So the first paper I chose is this one here, and I found the colors coordinated with those first 6 cards. That's what inspires me the most. The flip side is pink. That can go with the other cards, but I want to steer away from the pink. I'm not much of a pinky kind of gal, and like it or not, I still want this kit to reflect my personality. I still want to be excited about making pages with this kit. This is the next piece of paper I selected. The white and gray text print is okay. The other side's a bit weird, but I have a sheet and a half of it and it does coordinate. So I'm putting both sides face up. But I got a lot of wild prints going on here. So now I'm looking for some more tone on tones. That yellow is too bright for the palette that I have going on here. So these are the 2 papers that I found that are more tone on tone. Again, another half sheet, but it's too yellow. I'm finding I'm a little bit peachy pinky here, so I'm looking for something more gray, and I found this ledger print, which is actually kind of boring. The flip side doesn't work, but it could be good for backgrounds. And I also have this diagonal peach print, which has a certain amount of energy to it. It could be a good idea to add a bit more energy to this kit. Now what I have are these 2 pieces of identical paper. One side's blue, which is nice, but it doesn't match my color palette, so I'm going to leave it on this collage side. And I also have these 2 papers that are identical as well. They match. The flip side is green, which doesn't really go, maybe with one of those journaling cards there, but I leave them both face side up. So I've got my paper. These are all from Studio Calico, and what I'm going to add to the mix now, you're going to call me crazy, is this ugly piece of paper. Now the reason why I'm doing it is because from time to time I challenge myself with a piece of ugly paper because I will take more creative risks with ugly paper. I'll cut it up more. So I thought since this is the first time I'm doing this type of challenge, I would throw a piece of ugly paper into the mix for the fun of it. But now, like it or not, all of these papers came from a reject. They were basically cast-offs from mixed up past kits. So I'm adding a few pieces of my current paper into this collection, and basically I'm adding some wood grains because I like working with wood grains, and already this paper kit looks a little bit more like me. Now I'm going to add some specialty papers. I have this transparency. It's Maggie Holmes' Shine collection, as well as a piece of vellum, which is from a Felicity Jane past kit. I thought it would add a bit of spunk to that gray and yellow ugly paper. So once that's done, I'm showing you some cardstock here, basically in neutrals. I'm not going to add it to the kit, but I just want it to be understood that I will be using some cardstock when I create my pages. So once my paper is selected, now I'm going to worry about journaling and titles. I'm doing this just like I would creating a page. My And my journaling boxes are all looked after because that was my jumping off point. So now I'm getting out some alphabets. These are kind of peachy colored from Hip Kit, and I thought they matched some of the papers. And these are 2 packs identical from Amy Tangerine, and it's kind of that gray beige grayish color, and it kind of is very neutral. What I have here are some thickers. They're gold sponge stickers. I don't have many letters in that, or I'm missing some important ones, but I might squeeze a title or 2. And now I'm trying to add some smaller things, but I didn't have very much. I had those little black squares, and those are expressions from Tim Holtz's Ideology. These are a past kit of thickers from Maggie Holmes' Carousel collection, I think, and there were a few words in there, especially the yellow ones I thought might work. And there's a wood veneer March. I'm throwing it in because it's the month of March. So once the paper, title, and text is looked after, just like I'm doing a page, I'm going to add some decorations. So what I have here is basically a bunch of ephemera and some chipboard, and what I did was I looked through my old ephemera packs, which basically when I'm finished an ephemera pack, I put them in baggies, and they're all mixed up collections. I have warm colors, cool colors, and neutral. So I went through it by color and simply selected some pieces that would match. I wasn't too worried about theme because some of this stuff will be tucked in and around photos. So I was just looking for color pieces. I seem to have a lot of frames here. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I'll try to do something with them. So that's what I have as well. I found this chipboard pack, which is from Studio Calico, and some of the colors match the other papers, so I put that in the mix as well. Now for the decorations, I'm going to go into the smaller stuff, and I call those my sprinklings, and that's basically what I add at the end of a page. It's like enamel dots. I added some flair in this case, and if I had sequins, I would put sequins in, but basically it's the really tiny stuff. So I'm adding this flair here basically by color again. And once this is done, my material for the month is more or less selected. I will no way use all those decorations, but now I'm going to throw a few tools into the mix. So this is an old punch. It's probably 15 years old, and I probably haven't touched it in a decade. And I'm also putting a new stamp set and a coordinating punch in the kit. They're new in the sense they've never been used, but they've been kicking around my stash, so it's about time I do something with them. So that is my kit for the month of March 2019. I will check in halfway through the month and give you an idea of what I'm doing with this kit, and certainly I'll do a layout share at the end of the month. Now I hope you check out all of the other YouTubers as well, because really it's a lot of fun and they offer tons of inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I hope you join as well and get some of your scrappy stash used up too. Thanks for watching.